fuck.
Woo!
Holy fuck.
Been
Ladies
a while,
and gentlemen,
Brad.
boys and girls, children of all ages, as I steal King of Lightning's intro, I must tell you, Dr. Stone, man, it's revitalized my will not only to read manga but to live.
You just you got vaccinated and you were just ready to end it all until you went Dr. Goat.
Yeah, I just wanted some of my vaccinated blood to be able to flow into the drinking water, so just to help some poor child.
Yeah.
No, I remember a couple reviews back, we were bitching about the pacing being kind of meh, right? Remember that?
Yeah.
It turns out he was just prepping.
Yeah, this was his prep time, aka
Because
like Batman.
I literally found myself at certain points being like, Jesus fucking Christmas cracker Christ. That shit, it's so fast. Like, there's a panel in one of, it's going to be sporadic as fuck, by the way. This is the catch-up video, okay? There's a panel when Kohaku is, like, running out to confront the enemies and shit. There's a panel where it's like, this page, she's leaving the base, and then the next page, she's there. I'm like, wow.
Yeah. And the pacing and the lack of action then are like two major complaints. Like, nothing's happening, and it's also slow as fuck. And
I will say, just as a quick and
immediately-
immediate, I don't mind no action in Dr. Stone. It's not necessarily what I come here for, but it was more the pacing and the lack of, like, drama, I'd say. It felt very, like, Scooby-Doo, like, ooh, the enemy's gonna get us, and then they always get away, like, unharmed. You know, I hadn't felt stakes in a while.
The real
you know
monsters
what I mean?
were the people inside of us, Red.
Say again?
The real monsters are us.
Oh,
that was
sure,
the whole.
yeah. Deep. No, but like the main thing was, just to sum that up, the main one was the fucking chapter that was entirely consistent of or comprised of crossing a bridge. That chapter was not even crossing a bridge, crossing a chasm.
A chasm where they bum rushed the science and then just did everything in that one fucking chapter.
But this isn't about negatives. Let's talk about some positives, man. So here's I do have to say though, character moments amazing in this. So like, I want to start with Tsukasa's moment, because Tsukasa's moment, I'm gonna let you start on that. Go ahead.
Holy shit. So before we even do that, we had a callback to the original arc where Tsukasa's
dangling fucking was that Chrome over the waterfall?
Chrome over the waterfall, and also the tree scene where he's using the trees to kind of bait Kohaku. Here he's saving Kohaku by slicing through a fucking tree, just like, I got you.
Not even just slicing through it. He like used his weapon to prop it up from like falling, and like that it actually made it so he couldn't access his weapon anymore because it held up the tree.
And then I'm concerned and also really happy that he might be taken out here.
Yeah, I have to. I didn't want to start with a maybe negative, but I have to. Okay, everyone was like, as someone who wasn't keeping it caught up, and people were like, oh my god, shit's going down. I was like, okay, clearly people died, right? Or at least one person died. So I came into that expecting, okay, there's a death, at least a death. As I'm going through it, I'm like, okay, wait a minute now. This is starting to feel very much like the Naruto Pain situation. Do you remember that?
Not entirely.
Okay, let me just recap you. Okay. Kishimoto went fucking ham during the Pain arc of Naruto, where Pain came in and killed like 10 major characters. But then Naruto talked no jutsu'd Pain, and then everyone came back to life. I'm very concerned, and I'm almost positive, in fact, that that's what's going to happen here. Because you even have Tsukasa have his moment where it's like, oh, well, I trust in the science and Dr. Stone, and oh my god, like maybe if my cells are just here, I'll come back to life. And so that's what I'm saying. Positive-wise here, the character moments are phenomenal. You have amazing moments from everybody. And this is like almost like the Sabaody archipelago of like Dr. Stone, where like shit's going fucking nuts. But my concern here is that it's all going to be and they're going to bring everyone back, and I think that would be incredibly lame and leave a very sour taste in my mouth. And the thing that puts the nail in the coffin for me on that one is Kohaku. There's no way in fuck this author is killing Kohaku. I could believe literally everyone else. I could believe Taiju, I could believe Tsukasa, I could definitely believe Hyuga, but
Hyuga's arc is done. Like,
There's
really no point in keeping him in the story other than the fact that he's one of the most loved characters, even though I don't understand why.
Mm-hmm. And I wanted to come in here and make fun of the Taiju thing because that's our running gag here is that Taiju he's been trying to replace Taiju as the main character this whole time. And it's so funny. Go ahead.
So yeah, like I started watching Dr. Stone with the partner. The last time I was over there last weekend, and I forgot how annoying Taiju was in the beginning.
He's a very Asta-like, actually, very early Asta. Yeah.
Yeah, like the first episode, everything is like he's just screaming from his chest, like "I'm going to get my woman. I'm going to promote."
Honestly, women out there, whatever happened to fucking was it Shadow?
Yeah.
Where's she at? We gotta get. She's still gotta be on the Discord, right? That was like my go-to woman in the audience. Anyway, point being, women out there, if a guy came up to you, fucking screaming that he loved you,
I love
you, would that not be a little just concerning?
It'd be like, pepper spray, where are you?
There's a great fucking video from one of my favorite political YouTubers where he was giving like advice on because he was like we've probably all forgotten how to socialize over the pandemic, so that he was like giving like socializing advice, like how to not come off as weird.
What is socializing? I'm an introverted extrovert.
Right, either way it's good, but it's a good video. But like one of the main things that one of the main topics he was like extrapolating on was you have to talk to women the same way you talk to men. You can't fucking like be talking normal with your bros and then turn around and be like, hey ladies. They pick up on that immediately and it's cringe as fuck.
Flips collar. I'm the bad guy.
Yeah, or in Taiju's case, rather than acting all cool, it becomes like, oh hey Senku, how's it going? Scream. I guess he screamed at Senku too, but it was a different kind of scream.
There was simp screaming, and then there was like fanboy screaming.
Yeah, interesting. Either way, if Taiju, I'll be honest with you, I saw a little bit. I saw things on Twitter before I read this, so there were certain things that were like low key spoiled for me. I got the vibe. I picked up on the fact that like, okay, it looks like Taiju died. That I did pick up on before I read. What I had no idea about was Tsukasa, Hyoga, or Kohaku. So I came in assuming, oh, Taiju's dead. That's amazing. This is gonna be very fun to talk about.
There's no way Kohaku's dead. Yeah. I figure she made it out of there somehow, miraculously.
Damn it! They're gonna do the thing, David. They're gonna do the talk no jutsu, pain, life revival, blah blah blah, and I hate it.
I think it comes down to whose cells are still intact. Yeah. Hyuga is obliterated. He's fucking Swiss cheese.
True.
Like, there's nothing to revive there. Tsukasa, obviously, you gotta have your tank. You're gonna keep him alive. Kohaku is the fucking fan service. I mean, look at how he draws.
There's no way. I would be the fucking props I would give to this author if they killed off Kohaku would be incredible. Like that.
No!
What's up? No. I love Kohaku, but I'm saying if they had the balls to kill off Kohaku, like honestly, I truly am asking this right now.
Here we go. Any hentai ever.
Hear me out. First of all, necrophilia hentai is a thing. Second of all,
no. Fuck you.
Anyway, joking. But this is an actual question that I'm very curious on if you have a good answer to. Can you think of a shonen manga or even like a battle manga, any type of manga like this in this genre or this vein, where a female character like dies?
Aside from Chainsaw Man, no.
Think about it. Like there's this weird like Protect situation.
There definitely is. I'm sure like, somebody's typing clickety-clacking in the comments like, actually.
Well, I mean, I can tell you the first one I think of, and it's Hunter x Hunter. I think of Ponzu from Hunter x Hunter, who got one of the more gruesome deaths I've ever seen in fiction. She got shot to death and then eaten.
But she's not really main character status. Kohaku is main character. Like, arguably, you
any woman.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking, like, from that perspective, yeah, there obviously are.
I mean, if you want to go like more main character, Komugi, the blind girl that was playing that kind of like chess game with Meruem, that was undoubtedly a main character of that arc.
Yeah. Well, the half half of everything that existed in that arc was dead.
Yeah, true. Well, that's just Hunter x Hunter, yeah. And I imagine Attack on Titan kills a bunch of women too, don't they?
Yeah.
So all this to say, I'm starting to pick up on the fact that
R.I.P. Potato Girl.
I'm still saying.
R.I.P. Potato Girl.
Yes, thank you. If I hadn't been spoiled about that 17,000 times already, I'd be upset with you. It was all over Twitter. Looking forward to seeing how she dies.
Very gruesomely.
I must say though, I feel like that's a very good metric going forward on whether or not I like a manga. Like I could just be like, yo, dude. No, I guess it doesn't work because One Piece. Yeah, but honestly, the type of manga that have the balls to like kill off women characters, like that's how you know immediately. Oh, this is a different kind of
expectation. The type of manga that are actually able to subvert your expectations and carry through with a death, which is arguably underutilized in fucking shonen.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'll say like that's my main concern here. I hope that I'm hoping David's right. Where like maybe if they cop out, they only cop out on a couple of their deaths. But like I don't know, we'll see what happens. Either way, I mean it's good. It's definitely like revitalized. Not that it ever left, but it's like doubled down my interest on Dr. Stone. I really enjoy reading it.
Stanley has cemented himself as a fucking threat.
Oh yeah,
and arguably one of the better written villains in modern shonen.
Mm-hmm. And like. Fucking hold on. Luke asked me if I needed a drink. No, because again, the whole time I'm like, they're not dying, which is really a shame. Like I wanted to feel like okay, the moment where Luna and Chelsea or Chelsea, just Chelsea? How do we pronounce her name?
Chelsea.
I don't know. Either way, the moment where they're sent away was very emotional to me. That was good as fuck because like, Luna, even though they're not there yet, like Luna does kind of act like Senku's lover, so it's almost like the wife, like no baby. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those moments that was sadder, and the fact throughout this entire arc, the only way they can really communicate between the teams has been through this like fucking Morse code bullshit.
That was good.
And then the B squad going forward and just running. Full force,
that was great. Yeah, Senku giving the order, like, "Hey guys,
in the honor of Senku."
That was Senku giving the order of like, "All right, guys, it's do or die time." Basically, like they don't have their radio, and we're probably gonna die. So fucking go all out.
Go out, men.
So like, all I'm gonna say is, if this all goes down with no permanent deaths, oof. I'd be curious what you guys think in the comments.
Obviously Boichi has had the habit of killing characters if you've looked into any of his other shit that isn't Doujin. So he's not afraid to kill off the cast for sure. It's just will Ignoraki actually kill off the cast?
Well, Boichi's just the artist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
he doesn't really have any sway at all, I would imagine.
Yeah. It would all fall on Ignoraki and obviously Shueisha, like, can you kill off,
Oh, we have to talk about the Gen Taiju moment, though, too. That was good, bro. You can't prank a prankster with that crying face.
Beautiful.
Revitalized my want to cosplay Gen, by the way. That's fucking happening at some point.
I mean, I'm sure there's a fucking cosplay out there again.
Oh, yeah. I need to look up a wig. It's just, I love his hair so much. Or maybe I should, like, work on growing out my hair again.
Yeah, you might as well.
Gen wig. I love that hair, man. That's such an aesthetic. I love that hair.
Oh, yeah, right there on Easy Cosplay, my dude.
Oh, it looks good. That's a good-ass wig.
Yep.
It actually looks nice.
$90.
$90. Hold on. How about this one on Amazon? $90, my ass.
That's for the costume.
Oh, okay. Oh, bro, Amazon has like kind of an okay looking one on for like $20.
Yeah.
Either way, oh yeah, you know what I would do too? I would absolutely get a bottle of Senku Cola. I would get a cola bottle and then fucking like a glass cola bottle and then print out the logo. Oh, that'd be so fun.
Reminder, David, you have.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Reminder, David, that you have Easy Cosplay rewards points.
Give me those reward points, sir.
It's from buying all my Angel Dust shit before.
Yeah, did you get that shit not looking stupid yet?
Dude, I haven't done shit with it because the fucking con kept getting pushed back, so I'm just like...
I know, yeah, either way. So, I really like all the oh, I had something to I forgot. I have to call out the fucking Hunter x Hunter narration in like the 186, I think it was. Oh my god, I loved that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was so hyped. Like they literally did the whole like Mazekage noticed the knife first because he was used to, and I was like, yo, that's so like I love that, and it makes total sense too because his entire thing was like being on the constant lookout for those petrification devices falling from the sky. So I was like, that's awesome. And yeah, that was another great moment with Ginro, because like, you know, I was waiting for that to come back because he lied about like to get like a monkey butler essentially, and then this monkey butler that he's just kind of been using literally fucking like is like, yeah, okay, giving up my life here to free you, and then he's like, I have to fight. So that was another, just that's the thing, that's the main positive I have to say about this whole thing. Character moments everywhere, so good, all of the character moments phenomenal.
Absolutely, and that's one thing that really works well for Dr. Stone is having this character moment after character moment after character moment. That's what really cemented this series throughout my binge stream over on our Twitch, shameless plug.
Stop.
has been like reading it and seeing how these characters can act organically, which is something that you don't really see so much, especially right now where everything is like high risk, high reward. And Shonen Jump, I mean, look to fandoms here and just randomly getting axed out of nowhere. You either are able to pull off everything all in one fell swoop, or you're just done.
I mean, it really just depends on, you know, like, it seems to me that the threshold, and I don't want to turn this into because we have a tendency to talk for like a half hour about Shonen Jump and how they operate, so let's just keep this very quick. But to me, it does seem like they basically just give you a 10 chapter window, like, all right, if your ratings aren't like, you know, in the top 50% in this 10 chapter window, you're gone.
And think for a moment how quickly we went from Taiju Central, where everything was screaming from his chest, to Senku.
I would be curious if people could go back and look for me. Comment section. Whoever gives me the best answer, just remind me to pin you. Like, give me the answer and then be like, now give me my pin, bitch. And if you don't say bitch, I'm not pinning you. You need to call me a bitch, okay?
Wow, Red's really into that and just being...
You see, I set that joke up for you. You're welcome, David.
Yeah, you just want to be talked down to today, don't you?
Yeah. Anyway, so... Anyway, fucking go back and look and find this for me. What were the ratings like for Dr. Stone in the first like 10 to 20 chapters? I want to know. Like, I'm curious, like, because Dr. Stone may have been one of those ones that lived off of its concept for a bit, because it did have a very unique concept, you know? And honestly, like, that will get you past the first 10 or 20, and then you have to like interest people beyond that, because that's what Assassination Classroom did for me. The mere concept, I was like, I need to know what happens. What the fuck? Like, why is this motherfucker both want to be a teacher and destroy the planet? That makes no goddamn sense. Like that kind of shit. If you start your manga off with a phenomenal concept and like question, then people keep reading based on that mystery.
Exactly.
So that's, in my opinion, what made Dr. Stone survive past the dark Taiju times.
Yeah, the dark Taiju. They may be gone.
Of the Taiju times.
They may be gone, and it's so beautiful. Post Taiju, Dr. Stone is going to be great. But then, no, they're not going to kill him off because he's never really got to fully confess and have his happiness.
Oh, that's the other thing I was gonna say, bro. You want to know who's cucking my boy Taiju? My boy Joel. Have you noticed, bro? Oh my god, she's like, oh my god, did you make that watch yourself? She's getting all up in him and shit. And he's like, oh shit, I'm telling you, it's it's happening. It cut to Taiju dying in a bullet storm, and then his girl is like, ooh, goddamn, what them fingers do.
He's got to have really dexterous fingers to do all those.
Man. Once he finds out that he's probably phenomenal at fingering, he's gonna get over that women like nervousness very quick. He's gonna be like, oh shit, I can puppet these motherfuckers.
Taiju can never find the G-spot, but Joel can.
No, yeah, Taiju's one of those motherfuckers that would just like he gives me I skip foreplay vibes.
And you don't skip foreplay. You don't
That's
skip
what I'm saying.
foreplay.
But we all know this, of course. But like, do you feel like Taiju would skip foreplay?
Taiju is there for his own pleasure and no one else's.
No. I don't think Taiju's selfish. I think he's stupid. This is very important. I don't think he's like a pump and I just want to nut and then don't talk to me, bitch. I think he just assumes from what I think all the porn he's seen, just like any other teenage boy, I think he just probably assumes that you just take the pants off and just thrust immediately with no prep. That's the vibe I get from Taiju.
He's going to have Senku over there in the corner teaching him the way, even though
scientific ways of cunnilingus.
Even though clearly Senku is asexual.
Senku's like, listen, I'm not interested in myself, but you know, I mean, it's good to have vast knowledge of the human body. Yeah, either way, point being, I want Taiju dead, and I want his girl to fuck another man. Okay, moving on.
Link NCR hints at.
I want maximum suffering for Taiju. No, unironically though, like every time a series kind of culls some characters, I enjoy it because I feel like it's weird, but like I feel like almost always the less characters, the better story you can tell.
Yeah. Once you get a bloated cast, you really struggle to focus on any single one 100%. Aspect of the team.
And luckily this author has been able to kind of avoid that with the whole like we're gonna keep leaving bases everywhere and so like they're keeping the right amount. But I do think that we're getting to the point where there is quite a bit. So I thought like a nice culling of the cast would be glorious. It'd be such a fucking like steroid shot into the horse cock of this series. Like let's do it.
Yeah, it's. Remember when Endgame came out and everybody was worried like there would be no time for bullshit. None whatsoever. That's kind of what this would get to if they try to focus on everybody right now. Luckily, we've obviously like got the bases, and we're going to continue establishing bases, so they might be able to pull it off even without culling the cast.
Mm-hmm.
But it will still feel kind of convoluted going back and forth from like 17 different fucking bases by the end of the story.
I have a theory. You ready for my theory?
Yeah.
Okay, so this theory only works if the author decides to have balls, okay? So hopefully they will. This would be clever as fuck. Let him have his fucking moment. Let him have his like pain moment where he brings back these characters. He gets to fucking reverse the characters and still be ballsy, okay? Mm-hmm. What if the characters here all come back because of the Dr. Stone plan, but the characters at base B in America, a lot of them die?
Yeah, I mean,
because they're technically less important, right?
Yeah, you get to keep your main cast, and arguably that is the main cast that we're focusing on right now. They are the ones in the forefront of the camera most of the series so far.
Yeah.
So you get to keep your main cast and then kill off your supporting cast, and then once you get to, the next city, build up another. And it just becomes an endless pool of sacrifice for furthering the scientific goals, which is kind of the scientific
that's kind of
way.
The theme of these chapters, right? Like, mm-hmm. So, like they're and that's another great moment with Joel at the end here. He's like, man, like they all have such just faith to move on, and one, this is kind of a twofold thing, right? One, it reminds me of the Doctor from Doctor Who. A lot of his companions would just be they'd see all the crazy shit that the Doctor could do, go up against like essentially gods, because he very similar to Senku. He's got like such a scientific knowledge, he can do almost anything, right? And so they have this faith that like no matter what happens, like he'll save me. He'll go back in time if he has to save me. So that I like that faith they have in him because they've seen what Senku can do, but also. He obviously doesn't know Senku that well, just through like phone conversations and shit. But he's like, well, at the very least, I'd like to meet my kind of partner in crime here, my carpenter buddy. I love that. Like they've not even met, but he's like, I respect this fucking dude. He doesn't even know what he looks like. Like obviously he's visualizing him, but he wouldn't know what he looks like because he's only talked to him over fucking radio. So I love that. Like that alone, he's like, I'd like to live too.
Yeah.
So and if you haven't seen the final spread here with base B going all out. Mm-hmm. We could easily have magma for death. Let's go.
Not
just magma though. Magma and fucking glasses boy, because then Ginro can have a moment. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if they want to do a cop out, you gotta have. But see, then it would almost feel patronizing because then it's like a Neji moment, like where we're just gonna kill. We gotta kill someone. Neji.
Which was the dumbest thing in all of Naruto.
It's just strange when you look at an entire war and it's like bad guys, literally all of them died. Good guys, I don't know. Neji died. Well, man, what did he do wrong?
He existed and he was plot for Hinata to finally be like.
If the United States came back from like, I don't know, Afghanistan or some shit, and they're like, hey, we fucking did the unthinkable. We just won a war with 0 casualties. It's like literally millions dead on their side, no one dead. Oh wait, fucking Steve died. Steve died. What did he do? He like ran into the gunfire. He was stupid. But other than that,
he Leroy Jenkins did.
0 deaths. So like it's just so weird. Like that it makes Naruto's final war feel like not real. It makes it feel like a stroll in the park.
It really does.
So yeah, that's my concern. That's the shitty part about doing these fucking cop-outs. And remember, I've been bitching about this ever since, and I remember people got mad at me about bitching about this because they really protect Dr. Stone like it's their little baby child. Like, well, Dr. Stone, you can say no wrong. It can do no wrong.
Hey, audience, you can criticize the things you love.
True. It's really interesting though. Have you noticed that? Like Dr. Stone, like every other fandom, like One Piece's fandom is hard as fuck on One Piece because it's kind of built up this legendary like appeal. So if One Piece fucks up, it's like, you know.
Oh yeah.
But with Dr. Stone's fan base, like, I see almost no shit talking it, and like even the people like, and if you do, it's like you're just stupid. I don't know.
You're just uneducated Neanderthal that can not understand.
Didn't we make the
anything.
joke that it was becoming the Rick and Morty of manga?
Yeah, we did.
All that to say, I mean, it's good. Like, it deserves that in a sense. It's a very smart show. I guess all I'll say is it's just like, I remember I bitched when the plot reveal of like, oh, if you just fucking, super glue the statues back together, they can come back to life. And that was weird to me. And now it's continuing with this. And I can't even say it's not foreshadowed because it is. It's called Dr. Stone. Like I have a feeling that was, I have a feeling it's going to be revealed that like the original purpose of this thing was as like a healing thing. Like honestly, it probably was a healing thing. And then it's being,
and it was just weaponized.
Yeah, exactly. So,
kind of like the Rona.
Yeah. Oh my God, you could just fucking stone the whole earth and then unstone the whole earth and then all the Rona's gone. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Either way,
this takes 3,000 years.
I think my final take on all these chapters, and then if you have anything else to add, we'll keep going. But like, all I'll say is I think it was very, very fun read, very dramatic. I love all these characters, and that's the thing. Like, I love these characters, so I'll always be able to read this and enjoy it. But the drama is not. It's there, but it's like in the back of my mind the whole time. I'm like, they're coming back to life.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like. The question is who lives, who dies here, and how they pull it off. Because obviously, because
I'm looking at the B cast and like I don't think I'd feel much at all if any of these guys die. I don't really care about. I mean, I care. I
might
about them
come
to
a
an
little
extent.
if Magma dies because I hate Magma.
Yeah, I care about them to an extent, but not like to get emotional about it.
Yeah, absolutely. The B cast really has just become that. Like we haven't really interacted with them in so long. Aside from Kaseki and fucking Joel, that like they really don't matter.
No, see, I wouldn't go that far. I love Yo. I love the glasses guy. They've all had moments. I have no problem with them being off screen because like that's like we discussed. They have to. They can't focus on a huge cast. But all I'm saying, it's not even just that they've been off screen for a long time. Like if in Bleach Uehara was gone for 200 chapters and he came back and died immediately, I'd still be sad. It's not about how off screen they've been. It's just that like these aren't really haven't. I like.
Yeah. I feel like that's another side effect of having too big of a cast is like you aren't able to feel attached to everyone or a bulk of them when you're focusing on that many. And that's kind of like the issue we have with Promised Neverland having 300 fucking characters and literally Wikipedia entries of one sentence.
Yeah, and to be fair, Promised Neverland's author gave me the vibes that he probably couldn't even do it well with like 3 characters. Like it wasn't even just all the characters. Because like this author has proven that you can This author's probably done the best you could possibly do with the cast, like with the huge cast. Like, he's done amazing.
Second to One Piece, I think we have the best job done here that we possibly can.
Because I can look at even these B characters, I can look at each one of them and like think of like what they're like, important moments from them, like all of them. That's very impressive. It's just like I said, if one of these people died though, it would feel like a kind of consolation prize of deaths, right? Like the Neji one felt like, oh, you need a death, right? You know what I mean? Whereas, like, if you're gonna spend the time to do a death scene, the only way to make it not patronizing is to suck it up and fucking kill a major character, like One Piece did. One Piece barely ever kills people, but when it did, it was fucking Ace and Whitebeard, like two of the biggest characters. Holy fuck, you know what I mean? Like,
and those are still to this day two of the most legendary moments in anime/manga.
Yeah. And those events are still like are felt throughout the whole series. Like that shook the world in One Piece. Yeah,
and it would shake the stone world if, say, fucking Taiju actually died. It would matter if fucking Tsukasa died because Tsukasa has this fucking legacy of being one of the strongest people in the world.
I have to fucking laugh. I'm sorry. I know they always call him the primate high schooler. Okay, so when this series first started and they found his statue and they were like, oh my god, it's Tsukasa, the primate high schooler, I literally thought that they were just trolling and that was like their nickname for him. But then the Americans knew him. They were like, yeah, he was a top MMA guy. He's the primate high schooler.
That gorilla strength though, man.
Tsukasa's actually got the gorilla grip. I don't know if you know this. Do not fuck Tsukasa in the ass.
That's how you just break your dick.
He's got gorilla grip.
That gorilla grip pussy.
Yeah, no, gorilla grip pussy. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think the last thing I'll say too is that like one of the things I want to see the most is Senku as a character being challenged, and I don't mean challenged in the sense that like, oh, he needs something like hard to, because like he's had hard fights and shit. I mean like emotionally challenged, because Senku is a very cool cucumber. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's always,
his morals have to be challenged.
Yes, his moral. Yes, for sure, his morals have to be challenged. His morals, and the ability to like, go through hard times. I don't think we've seen Senku go through hard times. Like he seems to always be like, yeah, no, I got this covered. We're gonna do it. It's gonna be great. He's a very positive energy kind of guy, very optimistic. And
he's got gremlin energy too.
Yeah, and he's got gremlin. Dude, I love Senku, man. Love him. Anyway, so point being, the closest we came. I'm going to find it right now. I think it's 190. Yeah. So in 190, go to page 2 to 3 in 190. Are you there?
I'm hopping it up.
It's the most recent chapter. And, like, it's when all of the diamonds that they had are, like, breaking from like, the fire and the explosions and shit, right? It seems like Ryusie just got shot. Gen came over. He's fucking bawling. He's crying. And then, like, up in the upper left corner, there's a face of Senku, and it's definitely the most broken I've ever seen him. And are you there yet?
Yep, I'm there.
So upper left on page 2 to 3 and 190, you see that broken Senku face?
Yeah.
And I saw that, and I was like, oh my god, here we go. It's broken Senku time. But then next page, immediately smiling again. I'm like, fucking goddamn it. Like, and that's something I'm really curious about your take on this. This author, it feels like he almost has a hard time writing sad scenes. Because, like, the general vibe, like during the Taiju moment, he did not hold on that at all. It was like a page and then gone. And I was really surprised by that. I thought he was really going to hang on that, like, Taiju, no. And it was immediately like next page, like some like laughy, giggly, sarcastic. He's still doing that weird like pig Latin speak shit. I was like, it's weird because like he's going for sad, but like it's still really happy-go-lucky. And the tone feels
it's
mismatched.
A conflicting tone for sure.
And that's not a complaint. It's just like I find it weird. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like once the cast all gathers together, it's going to have the broken Senku moment.
That's
like
my hope too. Yeah, my headcanon was the way I was kind of giving it, excusing it was like, okay, well they're running on adrenaline right now.
Mm-hmm. And obviously that's what would be happening in a moment like this. It's like
he's fucking Logan Paul suicide foresting right now.
It's time to mourn later now, and right now we gotta continue going.
Yeah, and like so, I think that's a big thing because I love Senku. Senku is easily one of my favorite fictional characters of all time, and I would love to see him fucking broken. Like think about like Luffy in One Piece. It's so rare when you see him truly broken, but the moment in Sabaody when all of his crew is gone, and he doesn't know that they're just gone. He genuinely thinks they're dead because he has no idea what that guy's power does, and he just breaks down on the floor, and he's just like beating the ground, like his face is stained with his tears, and he's like, I'm useless, I can't do anything, I'm fucking useless. Like, that's what I want to see from Senku, man. But like, obviously not the same thing. I want to see it in Senku's own way. I want to see how he deals with stuff like that, because he's such a cool fuck. He never fucking breaks character. He's so fucking suave and like, yeah, I got everything covered. I want to see what happens when he doesn't have everything covered.
Yeah, we had this argument for Emma too, because we thought for the longest time we would have a broken Emma moment, and
I was
obviously
prepping the entire series for fucking like a psychopath Gon Emma situation where and
like, we never got that.
Emma felt so Gon-like to me.
Yeah, and obviously that fell short, but it was the same situation. It was the same situation basically, where we're in the middle of a fucking war. And the conflicting morals are going to have to be there. So in a way, like, this would be a chance for atonement in our own channel lore. Like, a broken Senku moment where he has to be like, do I go against my wishes? Do I go against everything that I stand for and actually kill Stanley because he's irredeemable? Or do I just, like, freeze him forever in stone? What do I...
Yeah, that'd be amazing. Imagine, like, they get to a point where they get the stone working. And then they try to, oh my god, again, man, if the author had the brass balls of a goddamn god, and they go to, like, they do the stone thing, and then, like, Senku and the squad, like, they've revived everyone, but they haven't, unpetrified, like, the people that died yet, and they go there to, like, Tsukasa and Taiju, and they try to revive them, and they just come back as corpses. I would scream. That would be fucking phenomenal. I don't think it'll happen, but like, if that happened, just to rub it in deeper, because then you could do a whole thing where like he had hope, you know, when like you lose all hope and then you get hope back for a second and then you lose it again, it's like even worse.
That would break Senku.
Yeah, and then that's the moment where I'd want to see Senku break and then like go to like unpetrify Stanley and confront him, and like how that confrontation would go would be legendary.
It would be. And we can hope for something similar to this.
I hope. Please.
And the next...
just at least one of them. You can have like, oh, they go to Tsukasa, he's up, he's fine. They go to fucking Hyoga, Kohaku, they're fine. And they're like, wow, this is going to work. And then they go to Taiju, and then he doesn't get up or something. Oh.
And the history between Taiju and Senku would make all the more gut-wrenching for him.
Please. I'm praying to actual Jesus Christ right now. I need you to take time away.
I am praying to Jesus Christ that Taiju from Dr. fucking Stone dies in canon.
Jesus, I know you're busy, like, you know, helping like poor, hungry, sick people, and like, you know, like directing storms to certain directions or whatever the fuck gods do. But right now, I need you to direct your attention to this fictional manga. Very important.
This is more important than just helping call the Rona. Yeah.
Listen, we already got the vaccine. You can just take a load off, Jesus. Come on.
The vaccine's doing your work for you. You just need to call also all the anti-vaxxers too.
Yeah, you know, I mean, just send them to like. You know what? I'm gonna stop right there.
Send them to hell. Let him get a lap dance from Lil Nas X.
Oh yeah, dude! Send all the fucking anti-vaxxers have to go down the Lil Nas X stripper pole.
And with that,
oh, are we done?
That's the best ending possible.
Okay, peace.